Pointless Simon here. Do you guys remember the uncanny valley effect? I mean, do you know what is uncanny valley effect? Uncanny valley effect is when something that looks kind of like a human and yet there is something off about it. There's been countless examples of it online. Whenever we see like a robot that kind of looks like a human, there is something off about them. And maybe it's the micro expressions that they make with their face, or maybe it's just the overall look that they have. But we know that this is not a human, and this is something inside of us that makes us freak out. And let's just take a look at something recent, for example, Sonic. You remember the Sonic? I mean, I'm not talking about the newer version, I'm talking about the first version that they released. Yes, this guy. And, he looks kind of weird, and they realized that when they read the comments, when they read what people think, and they changed it up to a newer version. But honestly, I love the original Sonic, and I thought that they should have went with it, they should have really released the movie with a creepy Sonic like that. I don't know how it would affect the box office, but honestly, it would be fucking legendary. Let's just also talk about another example. For example, Polar Express. Polar Express was this 3D animation. I remember watching it in the movie when I was a kid. And it just came out and this new technology was introduced to the market. And everybody's like, oh, we gotta use the new technology. We gotta implement it. Everybody's gonna be amazed by it. And this is what happened with Polar Express. The new technology got introduced. They did all this mock-up. They tried to do realistic models. They put them in. And it came out a little bit creepy. I mean, look at this kid. Does he look normal to you? Yeah. I wanted to explore a little bit more this uncanny valley effect and maybe try to recreate it with some of the characters from our favorite childhood shows. So for example, let's take Arnold. I mean, Arnold, it was this boy who lived with his grandparents. He had this girl who was obsessed with him, who was Helga. And honestly, I don't think he would look that pretty. I mean, if somebody has a head like that, really long, weird shaped head, they would not look pretty. And the animators, they made Arnold to look good, and he looked, decent. As a kid, when I was watching it, I didn't think much about it. But as an adult who knows about the uncanny valley, I decided to recreate the Arnold. And so this is what came out of it. Yes. This is Arnold. This is how he would look like. He's a bit creepy. I'm sorry, guys. I mean, I should have gave you a warning before ruining one of your childhood characters, but this is something that happened with it. Another character that I also wanted to explore was Helga Pataki, and Helga Pataki was this girl who was super obsessed with Arnold. She would save up his gums from the trash cans. She would build a shrine in her wardrobe at home with Arnold, And so she's a little bit creepy, a little bit obsessed, and I was thinking, how would this character look like in an uncanny valley style? And so I took Helga and made her creepier, creepier and also uglier. I mean, yeah. So this is what I came up with. Yeah, I have nothing to say about that. This is Helga, this is Arnold. Also, another character that I was working on was one of my favorite characters from the cartoon Wild Thornberries. It's a cartoon about this family who travels around the world in their van. They have a monkey with them, they have a wild kid with them, and they had a father of the family whose name is Nigel Thornberry. And Nigel Thornberry was kind of a dumb character, I would say. But he was my favorite. As a kid, I liked him. I thought he was looking kind of funny. And this is what I came up with when I was working on him. Yeah, there is some tiredness on his face, that's what I noticed. And also, I think there is a bit of madness behind his eyes, he seems like he's about to snap any second. Maybe he's smiling and all nice and good, but any second he might snap. And another character that I was thinking about is Squidward. Squidward from SpongeBob, and I didn't do an animation, I just did a quick render. And you know how in SpongeBob they like to do this kind of close-ups when they show the character and there is something weird, there is close-up of the face, close-up of the hands, and they're always like ugly. And I don't know whose style it is specifically. I think some people who worked on Cartoon Network shows also used to do that in Flapjack, as far as I remember. But yeah, I took the Squidward's face and kind of like made it a little bit more detailed, so this is what I came up with. I mean, I think in comparison to all the other characters, I think Squidward is not that bad. Let me know in the comments, guys, which characters you found the most creepy looking and which characters would you want to see next. Maybe I can explore some Cartoon Network shows or maybe some video games. And yeah, guys, this is it. Bye.